I started a new thing this week, sort of an exercise with myself, to push myself harder when I need to. In the moment, I called it the 2 minute dare. 2 minutes. Just say hi, talk to someone you don't usually talk to, or do something uncomfortable. I've done it for the past week. Every day. Well, every work day, anyway. I go into a physical office 2 to 3 days a week for no reason other than myself, for my mental, physical, and spiritual well being. That's a story for another time. Literally. I've already written it. I guess I'll explain my editorial process in a future episode. I've gotten some comments from my test audience commenting on the natural manner of my speech and how do I get there. In real life comments, by the way, not likes or subscribes or whatever. People using their words with me, people I know. It has been incredibly fulfilling. Anyways, just make a dare with yourself. Give yourself 2 minutes to fail. If it's a dud, hey, so be it. But if not, it's kind of magic. I can't talk enough about this connections thing. For a long time, I was a self avowed hermit, like Tollkeeper under a bridge style. As a professional introvert, story for another episode, which really is a great podcast name, right? I mean, come on. Anyways, I figured out work events early on. Arrive early, make sure to acknowledge the guest of honor or the host, quietly dip and join friends at another bar. Also, I'm not a superficial person. It's really tough for me not to want to form a connection. And most work things are pretty superficial by design. I think a lot of us introverts are like that. We'd rather spend our energy in a focused manner to get deeper insights, to seek out our kind. As I've circulated this podcast, I've heard from people who are feeling the same things and have had the same ideas. And when they're ready, I want to share their stories. I'm writing a list of questions I want to ask each of them, focused on them. Tell me how you got here. Give me your origin story. I want to hear it all. I work in tech. Unless somebody does something momentous, no one ever hears about us. We do our work for a company, and maybe someone at the company gets notoriety for it, but generally not us. We sort of get internal notoriety, but unless we win some kind of award, we're anonymous. Look, there's probably like 200 episodes on everything this image represents. We're anonymous, but not in that way. I don't have a creative outlet, except whatever this turns into. Coding was and is my first true passion. Some kids did drugs. I got strung out on computers. I get computers. And I love being in my own head, solving problems, blocking out the negative in the world. It was so peaceful. If you want to get into being asocial, it's like the best thing you can do. And once that hook was set, man, it was magic. I'll never have notoriety. For the longest time, I wanted it. I know what I'm capable of. I always have. And I wanted to be the next Steve Jobs or John Romero or Seymour Cray. BT dubs. I'm like an OG nerd. Cray is an amazing dude. Weird as hell, but what a genius. We know, dude. Stories for another time. So go ahead. Do something out of your zone. Again, I'm not Tony Robbins. I'm just some dude who wants to listen. Take care.